Not what's on the outside.
Sick stuff. 1 sec. Cancel.
Yeah,
No, I couldn't
yeah,
see.
I couldn't even see
Yeah,
you for
I
a
was like-
second.
Yo, welcome.
Yo,
It's been a while.
has been a minute.
It's been a while so much that I got new paintings.
You can see them.
Can
Shout
see
out
them.
to Anna.
Shout out to Anna.
Great work.
Insta is boom there.
So,
Yeah, I love this. These are the shows that is on the Patreon, and those are countries that have been and wanna be. So anyway, check them out. Welcome, guys, to another episode of J times DM. This is Let's Get Real, and we talk about various topics and basically get real about these topics. Like, what's the essence? What's the core of these topics? How have you been?
I have been great. It has been a minute. Actually miss sitting down and doing these episodes. You know,
It's been a rough one.
looking forward to it. Yeah, it's yeah. Like everything in the world, there's ups and downs.
Yeah.
Ups and downs. The highs and the lows.
Highs and the lows. Well, gotta keep pushing through.
I think that should be the song of the week.
What?
The Highs and the Lows by Chance the Rapper.
All right, I
Chance
guess
the Rapper?
that's the song of the week because I didn't have one.
The highs and the lows.
All right, that will be the song of the week.
Highs.
Today, in part of Let's Get Real, we're gonna be talking about mental health. So that's the topic for today. I wanna ask you, what does mental health means to you?
Mental health, I view mental health as health in general
Mm.
because we should take care of our bodies as much. I think we should take care of our mental state as much as we take care of our actual physical health.
It was funny because it was something I never, like everyone just automatically goes into like, obviously your head and things like that, which is obviously mental health. But like, I was searching up and then it says it's made up of our beliefs, our thoughts, feelings and behavior. So all those things contribute to your mental health
Mental
and
health, yeah.
to the way you're feeling, your thought, your beliefs and your behavior, all those things contributing to your mental health. Have you ever had to go through a terrifying experience?
I think I have a couple of them in my hand. I think I've gone through some traumatic things.
Like,
So in 2017, our house got robbed. Our house was targeted. Armed robbers, by the way. These are guys with guns.
where is this?
This was in Sudan, in South Sudan. Yeah.
South Sudan.
My sister was the first to open the door. She opened the door, she started screaming. So I have three sisters, and they all ran to my parents' room. It was, my grandfather was in the house too.
Wow.
My uncle was in the house. But then my grandfather at the time, he was like 101. So they actually went to his room, like,
They didn't do anything.
because you have to be someone so wicked to do something to like a 101-year-old guy. And,
Was he asleep?
He was asleep. And then my sisters ran to my parents' room, and I was in my room already. So I barricaded my door, and they came knocking on my door. I don't open, of course. And they knocked my parents' room, and they refused to open, so they fired 10 rounds at the door. And one of the bullets, the fragments of the bullets,
Fragment.
it went on my sister's back. It was, for like 2 months, I couldn't sleep. For like almost 2 months. Because I was always scared. I was like, what if it happens again? Even though, so after the incident, I think 3 days later we traveled to, no, 3 days, I think, the next day,
Yeah.
the day afterwards, we traveled to Kenya to get, my sister had to get the surgery to get the fragments of the bullet removed. And I remember there, it was somewhat safe. Nairobi is somewhat safe in South Sudan, but I still couldn't sleep. Up until, I think, I came here too. I couldn't sleep.
Still rough.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. I think for me, I've not personally have like a huge, terrifying experience like that.
You
But I
go
would,
face to face with the man that runs the place. The Glock.
no, I haven't. I think for me it was my sister when she went back home to Niger for holiday, and then the people next to, sorry, our neighbor were getting robbed. And it was just very, when I heard about it afterwards, I think it was very terrifying because I was thinking what could have happened to her. And it's always like, you know, your loved ones like getting hurt. I think those are like terrifying. Sometimes, yeah, I'm scared something bad to happen to me, but I think sometimes even worse if someone I care about, something happens to them. I feel, yeah, I just feel so much pain and like, yeah, hurt to go through that.
You know, I'd rather something bad happens to me. Because, like, at least if something bad happens to me, I mean, like, it's kind of like transferring the pain, though. Because, like,
because they'll feel it as well.
Yeah, they'll feel it as well. So I'm caught in between
Yeah.
two, but,
That's crazy. What do you think about the statement, you have to be a man?
I mean, I think that's a terrible statement.
Mm.
It's a statement that has held a lot of men back from crying, from ever showing emotion.
Mm.
Because, you know, we're all, I can't really speak for the rest of the world, but on my side of the world, we are told to suck it up, to be a man, to don't cry.
Yeah.
Crying is not a man. There's the expression, stop crying like a little girl, is shows you how, you know, how we're told not to cry. You know, little boys, maybe until like up until like 10.
Yeah.
I think after 10, I mean, at least after 10, I was like, if I was crying my eyes out because something happened, again, it has to be like, so there's some things where in our culture it's allowed to cry, and there's some things that you're not supposed to cry. But like, even just like you're feeling bad, you can tell you, alright, so what? Everybody feels bad. You don't cry because of that.
Sheesh.
Yeah, it's a tough thing. I hate it. Okay.
Yeah, I think for me, when they say you have to be a man, is a sense of your emotions, the things you're feeling. It's kind of, not that you don't validate it, but it's like, come on, the rest of the world is putting pressure. I feel like from even their family, from their house, before you even get to the society, there's pressure as a boy. Like, you're growing, you're being groomed. Like, all the expectations that sometimes, this is bad. No parents does that, but some parents do that. All the expectations they couldn't meet in life, especially the father, kind of puts that pressure on the son. You have to do this. Maybe they didn't finish school. You have to finish school. You have to do all these things. So there's pressure from there. And then you enter into the society saying, listen, you're a man. You need to lead. You need to do these things, and you need to wanna. And which could be right. Like some of these things, like I think from a biblical point of view, if you're being real, like I said, I'm a Christian. I understand those things. But then there's also statements that like you said, you're crying or you're going through emotions, be a man, suck it up. Like, what does be a man, suck it up means that I don't have emotions or I can't express those emotions. And you just bubble it up and just, once it explodes, it's crazy. I don't know, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but there was this UFC fighter, his friend committed suicide, and he was just saying, it was like, the UK, the male has the highest suicide rate. And it's like, please, if you're a man, express your emotion. It was like, I would rather be crying and talking with my friend right now than be carrying his coffin on Saturday or something like that. The day was going to bury him because he had the guy committed.
The guy from Liverpool. He has
He's a fighter though.
Yeah,
UFC fighter.
Yeah.
He's from Wales or something like that.
Is it Wales?
So yeah, so it's like all these pressures that's built up, and you know, people don't talk about it. So how do you deal with those things? It's just a lot of things going on. Have you ever had anxiety or panic, and why?
Every single day.
Wow.
Every single day in university, yeah.
Wow.
I think every end of the semester, every beginning of the semester, there's I think the toughest period of time for me, in terms of university was, I think, 2020. It's had nothing to do with COVID. I can't blame COVID. It was all on me.
Yeah.
It's because I hadn't been really doing so well. So, again, one of my biggest regrets. And I keep on telling to every single friend of mine that I make just entered university. I say that you have to start off with a bang, so you can maintain a high GPA, again, make your parents proud, and make your overall university experience easier from an academic point of view. And I remember, so at first, I'm somewhat smart. So when I came in, I was very cocky. So I said, like, I need to study, and these things are like childish things that are being taught. And I wasn't really paying attention in my classes, and it reflected on my grades. So I think the time when I started to take uni very seriously and study was, I think, at the beginning of 2020. Actually, the beginning of the semester in January. I remember, I think that whole semester, I was so anxious. It's the fear of failure, but no enough motivation to change it. Right. So that period of time when I wake up every single day, and to this day, the fear of failure kills me.
Sheesh. I've had panic attacks before. I think I've had it once or twice. I think I was thinking about, this was like, no, it wasn't like that. It was just not like that, but it was similar. I wasn't doing that, but I was like, my heart was super racing, and I felt like it was about to pop out. And then I felt dizzy. I felt like I was about to go unconscious. And lucky enough for me, I live with people, so I just went up and then called someone and be like, I think I just had a panic attack, because I didn't know where it was. So I just said this thing, and they're like, Josh, you just had a panic attack. So I think it was when I was thinking about just everything. I think it was just school, so much expectation, grades from my parent. I'm thinking life, what do I do after? Various things, like, it's just everything just combinating, like, how do I do this? How do I go about these various issues? And it was just like, boof, my heart wanted to explode from my chest. So, and also it goes even to the first question, the previous question about being a man, and just all these expectations that people expect from me, in a sense, even though some people might not, or maybe they expect it, but not to the degree, because I put even extra pressure on myself. So I raise the standard to, like, maybe people are expecting 50%, I put myself on like 100 or 200%. So it's like, and then the waves, it just comes down and comes crashing.
I think you said it best, heavy is the head.
Yeah, heavy is the head with the guys. How do you deal with those pressure?
I'm still offering to do that. I've never had a panic attack.
Yeah.
I think I'm anxious at the fact that I haven't had a panic attack. It's like, do I not care about it? Much, something? But just, I don't know, and dealing with the pressure. I think I'm very thankful. As of recent, I've seen my father has really grown in reducing the pressure. I don't know, my dad has been hanging around with.
You were like, continue to get around those people, please.
Oh, like, please. As of recent, his parenting style really switched up ever since I passed the age of 16. He's, again, also, he has to inform me that, hey, there is going to be pressure. There is pressure on you. Because, again, I have all sisters. I'm the only son. And, like, he says, yeah, there's things expected of you, but don't let that thing pressurize you. At the end of the day, it's your life. I was like, I couldn't care less, man. It's like I do care for you, but what you do with your life, that's on you. Like, I have done my job. I've raised you.
Yeah.
More than enough food. That always makes the fat jokes.
Yeah.
I'll give you more than enough food, give you shelter.
Yeah.
education and all that stuff. And
So
I
it's
have
like,
my wife, I have most of my kids have graduated.
yeah,
I'm about to graduate at least. And,
it's
he's
up to
like,
you.
he's complete, man. He's like, I'm ready to retire. It's on you.
Mm,
It's your life.
mm. Well, but also, when you're feeling down, what do you do? Like, I remember you saying you cry. So
I cry. I cry. I still haven't. I still haven't gotten around to like calling someone and talking about it. I don't know. It's not pride, but I can't explain what it is. When it's just.
it's pride. It's not pride, but
The thing is, bro, I felt like I've swallowed my pride a couple of years ago. Like, it's like now, like.
should I tell you why I use pride? Because I still feel that. I still feel like that way and this is why I used to justify myself. I'd be like, I don't want to put my burden on the person because I know they're going through the stuff as well. But then I'm like, wait, someone asked me the question, they flip it. They were like, so what if someone else come to you and put their burden on you? Do you feel like, oh, they're putting so much burden? I was like, no, I'm willing to listen to them. I was like, So you're willing to listen to them, but you don't want to talk to someone about it.
So you don't want to look weak in front of someone. I think it's pride. It's very hard being, again,
Yeah.
you said, as I think, said it earlier on,
Yeah.
it's hard to potentially give someone a weapon against you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like,
Be vulnerable.
be vulnerable with someone.
Mm.
I think I fear emotional weapons more than the actual physical guns.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I'd rather give you a gun and hope you don't shoot me than me giving you something you could use against me.
Give you out.
Yeah, give my heart.
Anyway. But yeah, I feel that. I think, yeah, I feel that. But I think ways I deal with pressure. So there's two ways I used to in the past. Just bubble it up, put in that little box, lock it away. And then recently I found that that's not been good. And I've been doing that a long time.
Comfort struggle.
Exactly. So what happens is when new things happen, the whole pressure that I've not dealt with or the old emotion comes in and then just piles up and it feels like my world is about to explode. And it feels like people could be like, oh, it's just something small. You're drawing out of proportion. But they don't understand that there's a lot of load and baggage being put behind that just small thing. So I think now I feel like talking to people. Crying is hard to cry for me sometimes. It's not like I don't want to cry, but it's just hard to cry sometimes because it's not something I've been used to, like ways of dealing. Like I said, I just bury them or get distracted with work or various things like that. So, but like...
You don't cry in movies?
I do. Like at the end of, depending on the movie, some movie, like sometimes I feel the tears come out like, Joshua, don't cry, and then I won't cry. But my eyes would be so watery, but it wouldn't come down. So it's like, yeah. So, but some theaters, like I would like, maybe just one drop, it just comes out and then, you know, that one tear just, me, I let it drop, I like it when it drops. And then we like, and then just do that. No, I'm cute too, but yeah, especially all this Marvel movie that makes you, anyway, that aside. So that's one way, talking to people. I think it's very good for your mental health to talk to someone about it. Also, like we said at the beginning of this podcast, we're being real with you. We're Christians, and we think it's the best thing to be because you can go to Christ. He has carried your burden, and He has suffered for you, and He's calling sinners to come to Him. So I think going to Christ during those periods has been really encouraging for me. It's been very helpful to release stress, leaning on the community, the body of Christ, the church. I think those are ways to deal with all this mental health. And also even just expressing the feeling, like going through the process, not hiding it away, not being like, oh, be a man and not feel anything. Feel it. We're human beings. We're meant to have feelings. We're meant to go through this thing. So going through them and then just expressing them. And then after doing that, you know, healing from it and wonder. So yeah. You have the song of the week.
The Highs and the Lows by Chance the Rapper.
Featuring Joey Badass.
The featuring Joey Badass. You know, a lot of people are going to hate me for not mentioning Joey Badass.
Really?
Oh.
very therapeutic.
The highs and the lows. The highs, the lows. I'm an emotional roller coaster. Where high so high I could put bowl on a poster, but when the bread get low, like.
Alright guys, that's it. Thank you for watching another episode. Make sure you subscribe. Link to the Patreon is down below. You have any other thing? The highs, the lows.
Take care of your mental health. Just as important as your physical health.
Take care of your mental health. It's just as important as your physical health.
The shoulders can get cold as 10 toes in Nova Scotia. Some days I hold a grudge.